if I'm going to put anything in the winter, it'll either be Empon corn, something that they can, something that's not too light. Do you know what I mean? Not like, boilies in the winter, it's sort of like so hit and miss. You've got to find the right boilie that they're going to eat in the cold water. A lot of oils clog up in baits and that, so which it makes me a little bit nervous to use a boilie in the winter. Now I use like high-powered fluoro singles and stuff, like just like as an attractor single up bait, that sort of thing, because they're not going to eat that anyway. So like as long as like there's not oil that clogs up the flavour and that sort of thing, which don't generally happen in like fluoro baits, because they're usually like just flavours anyway, like they're not usually that oily. I've caught quite a lot over the years, just on like bright orange tutti fruity type flavours, and caramel toffee and banana. Well, a few peach is good one as well. I've always got a open front on my bivvy, because I like to see the water pretty much all the time, but there's certain times where, you've got to try and keep yourself comfortable, because otherwise you're just going to go home. And I was getting that feeling like that it's just getting a bit too cold to sleep under a brolly. So I'll put the front on. My stove's constantly on, as I don't know if you can see, but it's a bit worn away because it's always on. And I just sit there with my hands over it, and just how I've always spent most of my days, even in the summer. To be honest, I put the kettle on and I just won't turn the stove off. I just sit there with my hands over it because I like to be warm. I think when you're cold, you just want to go home. And the whole objective is that you should be enjoying your fishing, and if you're cold, you're not going to enjoy it, are you? So a good pair of boots and some decent socks. I found that socks make as much difference as what boots do. I used to go fishing with normal socks and that, and one of my mates, he'd got some of them all season brasher socks, sort of like 4-season brasher socks, and they've got things in the right places where they need to be to keep your feet warm and dry, and the difference that they make is unreal. It's like wearing 2 pairs of winter boots, you know what I mean? You can wear them socks with normal trainers, and you can kind of tell the difference. Certainly worth the extra few quid, and getting a decent pair of socks. Me being thin, I can tell when it's cold wind, it cuts straight through me, you know what I mean? But I think, to me, if I'm cold, if I can feel that bitterness in the wind, then I would rather be on the back of it. And like today, it is a cold wind, but you could tell that it's significantly warmer than what it has been. And fish have got to know that. Do you know what I mean? Fish do sort of move on warmer winds, and that difference in this cloud coming over, which has made the difference in keeping it warm instead of dropping so cold. It's certainly more shout at catching fish down on the wind today. These things that you pick up whilst you're winter fishing, these little things can make a big difference, even more so than in the summer. You wake up in the middle of the night and everywhere's flat calm. It's been windy all day yesterday, wasn't it? And there was next to nothing showing all day. Well, say next to nothing, we didn't see a thing, did we? So when it calmed off at night, it seemed to warm up quite a bit as well. And you get that atmosphere, which is the times that I've seen so many fish at that time of day, night, that the people just don't even know the showing. Some nights you can see 50 fish. You say you ain't going to see them because it's dark, but you can when it's flat calm and that, and there's a little bit the street lights on the other side and that, you can you hear the fish, which sort of points you in the right direction, but then you can notice where the ripples are bouncing off the lights, you know what I mean? So you can sort of tell roughly where they are, and them sort of things, especially this time of year, is just so important, to get on the fish, locations, everything, because they're not moving about as much, if they're showing, I suppose they're moving about a bit, but You know, they show, like, say, you know, some nights you won't hear, you know, you let like 3-4 fish or something like that, you know, and other nights you won't hear none for 2-3 nights on the bounce, and then like the next night they'll be showing like out, like. But some nights, like, it is worth staying up. You know, it's definitely worth setting your alarm for 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Stay up for an hour and then go back to sleep again. If they're not showing, then go back to sleep. If they are showing, then, you know, stay awake and try and get on them, and then, like, once you get your rod sorted, you can go sleep then. But, like, if you get your rod sorted, like, chances are you ain't going to be asleep for very long, because you'll be catching fish. If they're showing, like, in this time of year, and you're getting rigs on them, like, you're going to get a bite, I think. I mean, since we've been here, we've not seen no fish, so, like, we're pretty much clueless on where they are. We ain't got a clue, because, like, there ain't nothing to really go on. All we've got to go on is the wind temperature, the like, it being freezing cold, and like, just trying to find out where we think that the warmest water will be, or where they would like to be holding up. You know, we've got like little deep depressions out here, and like, you know, pretty much the lake's 4 foot deep. So like, them deep depressions are like where you would say that there would be fish in this colder weather. We know what areas do produce fish, and, you know, like, there ain't no areas producing fish at the minute, but there's no reason to say that they ain't going to produce fish again. Then all we've got to do, it really is, like, if we see something somewhere else, then we'll act on that. But, like, if, you know, like, when you're going round, you know, like, sort of just trying to chase some fishing areas where you think there might be, but, like, in reality they ain't. You know, it seems like a lot of it and miss this time of year. So what we've chose to do is to stick by these spots that we know are proven winter spots and proven winter methods, and just wait until, you know, hopefully, like, you know, that something will happen. We've done the 3 days and you know, it hasn't happened, but I don't feel that we've particularly fished bad, because I think that if we'd have gone chasing them around, which we don't know where they are, we could be just going off the trail, like, you know. I mean, until you've got something to act on, like, you know, some sort of, like, really cold wind to get on the back on, or a warm wind to get on, or something, like, you know, that you've seen fish somewhere, or you're getting liners somewhere, or something to act on, like, you know, you're pretty much clueless.